Welcome back, welcome back. Here we are, the third burial ground of Savannah. Welcome back, welcome back. Go ahead, share, tap, follow, all the things. Give people a chance to hop in here. Hope you're well. Welcome back. We have been live since 8:30 this morning. It has been a full day. We are cruising around Savannah now with Savannah vibes. Got you guys set up in a hands-free set. So like I said, 4 original burial grounds of Savannah. The first one, happy Saturday. We have been live since 8:30 this morning with just a few minutes of kind of breaking for a minute to kind of regain the vibes. So this is a hands-free set. We're driving around the different burial grounds of Savannah. So we started first with Wright Square, which was an original cemetery burial ground. Then we drove over to Colonial Cemetery. Now we're at Laurel Grove Cemetery, and then we're going to go over to Bonaventure. So if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. I am streaming a lot today in hopes of getting close to 16,000. If not, hit 16,000. So share, follow, like, do all the things. Laurel Grove, again, interesting. Check it out. It's a beautiful Saturday. And I do want you to note the vast difference. No one's here. Like, when we get to Bonaventure, you're going to be like, what in the world? Like, it's interesting because you've got some pretty famous Savannah people buried here. You've got Juliet Gordon-Lowe from the Girl Scouts. You've got James Pierpont, who wrote Jingle Bells. You've got Anne Rhymes, who was involved with Oglethorpe and his whole movement through Savannah. And so the fact that there are so once they stopped burying in the squares, so here's the deal. Savannah is a city built on its dead. So a lot of the burial grounds from the squares are still there. They didn't go anywhere. But then they opened Colonial Cemetery and started burying people there, which is in historic Savannah. Then, when they ran out of room at Colonial, they opened this cemetery, which is called Laurel Grove. It was split into 2 sections. You've got the side for the white wealthy man and his family, and then you have the side for everybody else. When they ran out of room here, the city purchased Bonaventure Cemetery, which we all know today. And that is where some people actually opted to have their family's remains moved there. One of the really cool things about Laurel Grove Cemetery is this right here. And I'm pulling over. I'm not driving. We call this Little Gettysburg. Check it out. It's in honor of our military. So yeah, so when you're walking in Savannah, when you're walking in the city, in the squares, some of the remains that were buried there back in the 1700s are still buried there. So yeah, my name's Corey. I'm a local to Savannah. I left education December 2020 at my most unhealthiest weight, well over 300 pounds. And started walking 7 months ago. I started bringing you guys along on our journey. I was about 2,000 followers. Here we are running on 16,000 almost. And I'm down 99 pounds. Woohoo! So we're checking out different cemeteries this afternoon after our morning walk. Yep. Well, and that was something that was, you know, the way that it was set up. But what is interesting about Laurel Grove Cemetery is there's never anybody here. Ever. Like, you come here, I saw one dude just taking pictures. This is always an extremely deserted cemetery, which is kind of odd when you think about it. But then when we drive over to Bonaventure, you're going to see a whole different side. Again, I've got you guys set up in a hands-free set. I am not touching you. I'm just talking. So it is a very strange dynamic to see this cemetery always very, very empty. Especially with the historians that are buried here. The old Sorrel Weed House, which is one of our most haunted homes in all of Savannah. The Sorrel family is actually buried out here. So again, lots of history, but not on the map of visited cemeteries. It is, and it's so odd to me because of that. But I guess because of the location of the cemetery, it's kind of not in the best part of Savannah. You'll see as we drive out what I mean. But I think maybe that's part of the reason the tour guides don't come over here. I don't really know. I just think it's interesting because of the historical folks that are buried. But I mean, look, we're driving around. When we get to Bonaventure, look at just the vast difference of people. So it's always an interesting, because it doesn't matter when I come. I come to this cemetery. I've come here a few times. When I hit 16,000, I'll dance. And when I hit 15,000, I actually was at this cemetery and we danced at the cemetery. And there was nobody here that day. It was a Sunday. Today's a Saturday. It's a spring day. It's a beautiful day. But look, I mean, literally, nobody here. Except the 999 happy haunts that live here full time. And I mean, y'all, it's 77 degrees today. It is beautiful weather. It's dried out here. I just don't think this is a well-known cemetery. For the people, like, here's that man I saw. I saw the one man taking pictures. I mean, you can get some great, if you're a photographer, this is a great place to come take pictures. That tree, Kat, I'm glad you're back. We love you too. That tree every year looks dead. The one they do. You got Juliet Gordon-Lowe, founder of the Girl Scouts. You've got James Pierpont, who wrote Jingle Bells. You've got Anne Rines, who was involved in kind of the creation of Georgia. You've got the Sorrel family from the old Sorrel Weed House. You've got, I mean, there's a list of them. So Juliet Gordon-Lowe and the Lowe family, let alone, should bring that historical kind of vibe here. So just interesting to me that they don't, that it's just not, it doesn't look, so when you look at the two differences, when you look here and you look at Bonaventure, this one, yes, you can be here, Kat. This one isn't as stunningly beautiful as Savannah, as Bonaventure, right? This one is just more, I mean, it's older. It's more run down. It's still kept up. It's still owned by the city, and they still keep it up really well. But I mean, and a lot of it, what it looks run down is these tombstones are old. I mean, we're talking 1800s. So just interesting to me that it doesn't get a lot of it. I mean, like, we're driving around, we've seen one person, and that is typical. when I've come out here before. You've got Francis Bartow, you've got the McLaws. All of these are notable Savannahans who were responsible for a lot of the creation of Savannah. When Bonaventure was created, when Bonaventure opened, one of the things families had options to do was to actually move their loved ones. And so some families opted to move their loved ones from here to Bonaventure for whatever reason. And I think this one has kind of a cool vibe to it. When you look at how old these are. But this isn't a cemetery I would walk by myself, right? Like, there's nobody here. It's kind of weird. So yeah, you got Juliet Gordon Lowe, you got Andrew Lowe. You've got, this is Laurel Grove Cemetery. So if you have a car and you come to Savannah, this is definitely a place I would recommend coming out and visiting. Just because it's just off the beaten path. It's one of those strange vibes that people don't come and visit. But yet, got a lot of history when it comes to Savannah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drive over to Bonaventure. Again, I've got you set up on a hands-free set. We'll jam to some Christmas tunes as we meander through. But we'll cruise over to Bonaventure. And my guess is Bonaventure is going to be crazy crowded. So welcome, welcome. If you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. I do go live 7 mornings a week in and around Savannah, Georgia. Lost 99 pounds in the process on our morning walks. It's always exciting. It's always an adventure. Running towards 16,000 followers, which we have gained a lot of momentum over the past couple of days. These are beautiful days. This is like a great spring day in Savannah. So we consider ourselves lucky on these days because we had a lot of rain and now we've got this beautiful sunny day. I mean, we've got some poofy clouds, but man, it is lovely. But I mean, we've driven kind of the whole parameter and in some of Laurel Grove. We saw one person the whole time. So I think part of it is the narrative. Welcome, welcome guys. So we're at Laurel Grove Cemetery, which is the 3rd cemetery created in the foundation of Savannah. First was Wright Square. That was the original burial ground. Second was Colonial. This is Laurel Grove. Now we're heading over to Bonaventure. That building right here on your right, my left, that little triangle looking thing, that is actually a place there's a little screen. You can type in who you're looking for and it'll tell you where. But yeah, one person the whole time we were there. Now I want you to look at the vast difference when we get to Bonaventure. So they ran out of room burying here. The city purchased Bonaventure. Bonaventure Cemetery is owned and kept up by the city. Now, yes, there are private organizations that tend to Bonaventure as well. But again, if you've never followed me, hit that follow button. Thanks, Lisa, for the follow. We are cruising around. I got you set up on a hands-free set. Just kind of looking around Savannah. This, you'll see the difference too. So you can kind of see the entranceway. We just drove out of the cemetery. The entranceway into the cemetery is not super appealing, right? Like, it's not, oh, this beautiful area. And I think that's a piece of it. I think that's why. I think that's a component of the lack of attention the cemetery gets. I was sitting here waiting for the red light to turn, and I just realized, oh, it's a flashing light. Nope. Alright, so we're heading over to Bonaventure Cemetery now. But I think that's a piece of maybe why there's not a lot of attention to that cemetery, which I really feel like there should be based on who's all buried there. Now, Bonaventure used to be an old plantation owned by the Tatnall family when the city purchased it. The Tatnalls are buried out there along with a number of notable Savannians that helped create Savannah. So yeah, if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. I do go live 7 mornings a week. Typically, it is from 8:30 to 10:30, but we are going live a little more today than normal. Christmas jams. It is hard to believe that Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away. Can y'all believe that? Like, where has the year gone? It has been a full day today. We've had lots to do and lots. We've gone on our walk. We saw a parade. We've gone to 3 cemeteries. I mean, it's been kind of a busy day today. I've seen a number of people say they got snow, which is insanity. Tis the season. So you're kind of getting a different view of Savannah. Everybody's out and about today though, because it's such a pretty day. We are on Bull Street right now. Bull Street, you know, starts all the way at City Hall, and it goes all the way up to Victory Drive. We have been up here before. This is where Foxy Loxy's is and Henny Penny. This is where the gingerbread house is. Ooh, that's nice, a cruise. Every once in a while I hit a bump and y'all go flying. But it is, I mean, look at these views. Come on, guys. I mean, how pretty. We got some SCAD buildings over here. Christmas. Foxy Loxa. It really is. But I do want you to pay attention to the vast difference in dynamics when we drive into Bonaventure. We have a little bit of a drive. Hey, here's a joke. What's a pilot's favorite bagel? Anybody know? What's a pilot's favorite bagel? It's a plain one. Get it? A plain one. Plain. Because they're a pilot. A plain one. But I'm here all day, folks. There are some kind of, oh, we're going to be driving by Target. Got some big fans of the Target. Well, Amy, we had the parade this morning. That was a pretty big to-do today. But I'm Yep, had the parade this morning. We're now cruising around the different cemeteries. Tap that screen. This is considered the Starland District, which is kind of the area they're really revitalizing right now. If you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. We're cruising around Savannah now after our walk and our parade this morning. We are cruising around so y'all can see other things of Savannah, but we are driving through all the really cool cemeteries of Savannah today. We were over at Laurel Grove. Now we're heading to Bonaventure. Who knows? Maybe we'll drive down to the islands. You just never know what we're doing. If you've never subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit my name up top. Got my link tree. You can find all the things that you need to see about me. This is Victory Drive. Here's a unique feature about Victory Drive. In the center, there are palm trees. These palm trees originally were planted back in the 1900s as a symbolism for those who lost their life in World War I and World War II. So each tree represented a soldier of Savannah. That tradition's kind of gone now, but that is what started the center palm trees in the center of Victory Drive. This is the Victorian era, is what it was called. So that was why. So it's called Victory Drive /80. But yeah, so Victory Drive, the palm trees represented the soldiers who unfortunately lost their lives during those wars. So that's kind of a neat dynamic. And there's a bunch of them. This view right here on Victory Drive with the trees overtwining is one of the most filmed areas anytime something's filmed in Savannah. People love that view. Then you have Daffin Park coming up on your left, my right. And you've got the Savannah Banana Stadium, which is a notorious baseball team for us. Gets a lot of national coverage. Yes, I have been to a game. Oh, the Lions Club is setting up their Christmas trees. That is a tradition of Savannah. Like, that is the Lions Club, and their Christmas tree setup is a tradition since I was a small child. Victory Drive now is more of a thoroughfare / shopping / kind of cut through of Savannah. Yep, the houses are beautiful. They're old plantations. So tap, tap, tap that screen, y'all. Yeah, Savannah Bananas are amazing. They're fun to watch. They're just a dynamic team. The button nose suit. We are on our way to Bonaventure Cemetery. We were at Laurel Grove, so I wanted you to see the two vast differences. And both have their own special kind of vibe to them. But it is interesting the burials that are at Laurel Grove when it comes to Savannah history. So I remember the Truman Parkway being built. This is that thing we're about to go under. And they built it section by section, because before then, you used to have to take Victory Drive to get to the south side, to get to the mall, to get to anywhere. Pretty much, you had to go on this road. Well, then they built what's called the Harry Truman Parkway. And they built it section by section. To now, you can take it from one side of this side of Savannah, pretty much all the way from historic Savannah, all the way to the south side. And you can see Bonaventure was a substantial distance away from Laurel Grove. Thanks for the follow, Mike. I do go live 7 days a week in the beautiful Savannah, Georgia. Yes, we go to Tybee. Yes, we go to River Street. Yes, we go to Wormslow. Yes, we go to all the places. If you don't subscribe to my YouTube, hit that subscription button over at YouTube for free. That way you can see the extended lives. I didn't think it was supposed to rain today. But there is some clouding going on here. Oh, that's awesome, Kat. It's a beautiful day. Oh, my Lanta. Talk about a stunning day in Savannah. Now, tomorrow's supposed to be kind of chilly. I'm not excited about tomorrow. It's going to be kind of cold. 60s cold for Savannah. It is a breathtaking day. So definitely hit that follow button. If you've never followed me before, I do go live 7 days a week. Usually just from 8:30 to 10:30. But been live a little bit longer today and yesterday. So we've been live since 8:30 this morning, which is a lot of fun. There was a Veterans Day parade. Hey, you live on Whitmarsh Island. I grew up on Wilmington. It's amazing how the algorithms start to calculate it, isn't it? But I do go live. The whole reason I go live is I left education as a teacher December 2020. I was well over 300 pounds. Started walking, started kind of just trying to get my life back. And about 7 months ago, I started bringing you guys along with me on my morning walks. Because I figured, hey, why not? And boy, do you people love Savannah. And so now we go live 7 mornings a week from 8:30 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I bring you guys along. We walk, we talk, we have coffee somewhere in Savannah, a local shop. Usually, you never know who we're going to see, what we're going to see. We've run into movie sets by accident. We've run into celebrities by accident. We see all the sights, the sounds. It's always an adventure. So like I said, you can tell, I mean, just there's a distance of the two cemeteries. About 30 in Mississippi, Wonder. We are heading over to Bonaventure Cemetery. We were just at... Chick-fil-A's always crazy, Ashley. You know that. You know Chick-fil-A is going to be crazy. Why you ask that question? Especially that Chick-fil-A. Yep, Thunderbolt's not far from here. Ashley, you're a local. I expect more out of you. This Chick-fil-A right here, though, is the spawn of all evil. Like, it doesn't matter when you come to that Chick-fil-A. It is awful. Not holding my phone. Nope, this is a hands-free set. Y'all are set up in a hands-free set. Not the Lord's chicken. I'm not holding my phone. I'm not touching my phone. Y'all are just checking out the view. So like when you fall over, when I stop, I fix y'all. I fix y'all. I fix y'all. No, I haven't been over there in a hot minute, so I can't imagine how they've changed it, because it was already a hot mess. So again, this is a hands-free set, meaning I'm driving, you're watching. There is a man dancing on the sidewalk. He is breaking it down. So we're heading over to Bonaventure Cemetery. He was filling with something. We are heading over to Bonaventure. We checked out the 4 original kind of burial locations in Savannah. So we looked at Wright Square, then we looked at Colonial Cemetery, then we cruised around Laurel Grove and talked about that. Now we're on our way over to Bonaventure. As we drove through Laurel Grove, there was one person there looking around. So it's so interesting to me knowing the history of that cemetery and those that are buried there, and there's one person walking around there. But then when we drive in Bonaventure, you're going to see a vast difference of attendance. I always tell people, if you're coming to Bonaventure Cemetery and you could spend a whole day at Bonaventure, honestly. The amount of walking you could do at Bonaventure, honestly, you could spend a whole day. If you don't have a whole day, what you want to do is drive around. Come, drive through. If you see something cool, pull your car over, hop out, look at it, keep driving. Bonaventure is massive. Don't believe me? Just wait. So again, this is a hands-free set, meaning I'm not holding my phone while I'm driving. You are set up on a little thing. You flip over sometimes. If you've never followed me before, follow, follow, follow. Do the graves face the right way? Yes, depending on the way they're set up. Bonaventure is an active cemetery still, meaning we may see an actual funeral happening, because a lot of times families purchased plots a long, long time ago, and now they are, people in their family have passed away, so they're being buried. Yes, today may be our last day of lovely, lovely weather. Alright, so this is Bonaventure. Bonaventure is broken into 3 sections. You have Bonaventure, Forest Lawn, Greenwich. Bonaventure is where the history part is. That really super historical vibe is. Looks to be two funerals today. So we're going to drive around the outskirts first. Actually, I'm going to... Let's look at the vast difference of people, too. I mean, there's just... I'm looking down each little side road, and there's people. We're not even on the first row at Bonaventure. But I drive down this because look at this view. I mean, this used to be an old plantation. How pretty is this? Oh, I love it. Shh, we don't talk about winter. All right, I'm pulling over for a minute because I need to turn on my charger. So I need to touch my phone. Because I need charging because it just gave me a 20% heads up that your battery is at 20%. And that's not cool. Alright, I think I got y'all sat up again. Here we go. We'll find out. I mean, look at this. Yes, people do take pictures here. Because, I mean, come on. Look at this view. Is that a troll? Let me pull over. I think it's a troll. Let's look. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, they have 73 followers. Yeah, if you look, they had 73 followers. They were a scam. Again, if you're a moderator, if you can please put in there continually that this is a hands-free set. I am not driving with my phone in my hand. Silly people like to come in and be silly. But look at this beauty. I mean... Oh, look how pretty this is. Yep, I am. This cemetery, though, really is a cemetery you could spend all ding dang day at. This is Tatnall Way. You've got Houston Way. So, I mean, you've got the different... There's the wall. Somebody was looking for the wall the other day. They wanted me to show them the wall. There's not really a way to focus it better. Hopefully that helps. Is that better? Let me see if I can fix it. Stand by, please. Ugh. The trolls come. It is part of this Jill. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. It's like every time it bends down, it like starts getting a little blurry again. It is beautiful. Oh, maybe that'll help. Stand by. We have no cars behind us. We're pulled over to the side. Is that better, guys? Hopefully that's better. Anyway. Yes, I understand, but we are limited with the hands-free set. We're at Bonaventure Cemetery of what we can do. So, we make the best of it. Especially since some of the trolls are coming. And they're suddenly going to come in here and create pseudo TikTok names saying my account got flagged. This is Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia. My name is Corey. I go live 7 days a week here in Savannah. If you have never followed me, hit that follow button. We go all the places. We walk every morning from 8:30 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We walk anywhere 2 to 3, 4 miles, 5 miles some days. Some days we go live a little bit longer. Today is one of those days. We've been cruising around in a hands-free set since going live, or since the walk this morning. We started our morning off following the Veterans Day Parade, which was a fun event. Then we did our morning walk. And now we're checking out beautiful cemeteries. I mean, look at this view, y'all. If you've never followed me before, follow. One of the coolest things. This is one of the greatest things about Bonaventure. And I think this is probably one of the reasons Bonaventure gets more attention than some of the other cemeteries. Is because of this view right here. Yes. Remember, I told you that cemeteries used to serve as parks and recreational areas. Well, one of the coolest things is you have the Savannah River that runs right here. So you can sit here, watch the boats. It is so pretty here. It is a perfect weather day. So we're just driving around. Sunshine is beautiful. Thanks for all the follows and the shares. Here's my thing. Here's my question, y'all. How lame you gotta be to create an account naming yourself TikTok violations? And then go into random people's lives and post that. Like, what are you doing with your life? These are oak trees. Like, what are you doing with your life? I mean, honestly. That you go in and you create an alter ego account that says TikTok violations. Then you go into people's accounts and you post stuff. Like, that to me is just ridiculous. Guys, anytime you see anything like that in any kind of live, go click on the number of followers. If it's an official TikTok account, first of all, it's going to have an official. And second of all, it's going to have more than 76 followers. Bless their hearts. It is. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. It does. It just is. It's not that it doesn't have no sense. It don't make no sense. It's the fact that I'm like, what do you have to do with your day and your time that you create? Like, okay, if you want to have that much power, right? Like, you want to create an account for good. Create an account for positivity. Do something positive and good with your life. Sorry, that's my tangent. Because it just don't make no dang sense. Yeah, use that energy for positivity. We're gonna make a really sharp turn, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but let me Come on up, please. I need to get down that way. Are you coming? So there is a big parking lot over at Bonaventure that has stunning views. But again, we talked about the fact that there was one person over at Laurel Grove. Let's check out this beaut. First of all, look at the parking lot. These people are parked here. But I want to show you what makes, another thing that makes Savannah just stunning. A lot of people come out here and there's picnic tables. They have picnics. Look at this. I bet the marinas are packed today. So pretty. So yeah, the oldest grave in Savannah is here in the 1700s. Thanks for the balloons. Oh, my live goal is achieved. Let me stop and reset it. Again, don't forget that you can subscribe to my TikTok. It's an amazing thing that TikTok has started. Yes, they do get a piece of the money. However, it does help me do what I do each and every day. We are stopped again. Please do not do anything. But yeah, that star up top allows you to subscribe, and it's kind of cool. You get cool emojis. You get commentary that you don't normally get. I can do a live only for subscribers. So there's a lot that subscribing allows you to do. And it helps me do what I do every day. Going live, parking in Savannah, all the things. If subscribing isn't your thing, but you want to give to this amazing event that we do every day, click on my name up top and you'll see all the resources. Have fun. Show you another breathtaking view of... Ooh, look at the stuff flying. I bet my allergies would go bonkers today. But yeah, I mean, like, look at the vast difference of people. There's a lot of people here. This is Bonaventure Cemetery. And not really. Kinda not really. Look at this view. Oh, so pretty. I think he's down here. Is he? Yep. Oh, let's go see him. So Johnny Mercer, Mercer Williams' home. Johnny Mercer is buried over here. So, notable people buried at Bonaventure. You have Johnny Mercer. You have Gracie. Oh, there's a funeral. Ding dang it. So, you got Gracie. You've got... Let me pull over somewhere. I'll walk you over to see Johnny Mercer. I just don't want to be weird. Trying to figure out how to go park and not invade this funeral that is about to happen. Let's go on the other side. Again, this is an active funeral home or cemetery, so there are funerals that occur, and you always want to be incredibly respectful when those events are happening, because I mean, someone has lost their loved one and you want to be respectful of that, right? how to get over there without being interrupting. I don't think we're going to be able to today, guys. Yes, I do recognize that other people do it. I'm 100% aware that other people walk right around a current funeral. But that's not my job, and y'all know that. I try to be respectful. Yeah, we're not going to join somebody's funeral. Definitely not. We're just cruising around. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, we're at Bonaventure. I've actually been touring the different cemeteries today. It is a beautiful day, though. Golly. So, yeah, if you've never followed me, hit the follow button. We go live 7 days a week here in Savannah. So, visit with me. 8:30 to 10:30 is our typical normal time that we go live. Today is just different. Thanks for the wishing bottles. Today is just a different vibe. We're getting super close to 16,000, which is exciting. My goal, if you did not know, is before the end of this year, so by December 31st, my goal is to have over 20,000 followers. Like, look at all the people. So when we were at Laurel Grove, we saw that one person. One person. Here, I mean, it is a popular cemetery. It's just interesting considering the, you know. Now, I will tell you, this is beautiful in the spring. We will come out here in the spring because it is, oh, that's different. I haven't seen these people before. There are people here with their little seats and they're sketching. You know it's a spring day in Savannah when you got ladies with their little benches sitting there sketching and drawing. That's kind of cool. Never seen that before. No, I get it, Rugger. It's fine. We're just cruising around. So there's a mini little cemetery for military here as well. We're just driving around. We have been live since 8:30 this morning, so we've been live for 4 hours today. We do go live at night from like 5:30 to like 7-ish each day as well from Back Porch Chats. So we're usually live any given day from like for 6 to 8 hours depending on the day. It is just a lovely day. So this used to be a whole plantation. We've looked at old pictures because it's amazing to see the horse carriages going around here. This used to just be open land. Yes, there were some burials here because, of course, within the plantations, you had people pass away, they would bury. For where? Historic Savannah? I mean, you can walk in historic Savannah if you're able to. You can definitely walk. But you got a trolley tour that makes multiple stops on and off. It's a scripted tour, but it allows you to see the most of Savannah in the historic district. So you got your trolley tours. One thing that's cool about Bonaventure is you've got a section devoted to the Jewish families, or families of Jewish faith. Oh, to tour the cemetery? Well, to get here first, you got to get here. So you would have to Uber to get over here. They do have little golf cart tours here. Some people just come and they walk. So they get here and they walk the whole area. You can walk it. I mean, it's a lot of walking, but you could walk. Lots of people do that. I'm just time constraint wise driving you guys around, showing y'all different odds and ends today, because we've been live for 4 hours. Yep, and at the Welcome Center, as you enter, I'll show it to you. They do have maps, bathrooms. There's Savannah Bonaventure Dash Tour. I see driving by. That you can, it looks like a van that drives you around, and I'm sure it gets out and you can walk around right here. Looks pretty full. It's called Savannah Bonaventure Dash Tours. You can go to apparently dashtours.net is the website. Again, if you've never followed me before, good morning. My name is Corey. I'm a local to Savannah, Georgia. I go live 7 days a week on our morning walks. Today is an extended live in which we're just cruising around Bonaventure Cemetery, looking at all the beauty with my hands-free set. I mean, this cemetery is massive. So one of the most notable people buried here, of course, is Gracie. Gracie's parents owned a hotel in Johnson Square. Gracie unfortunately lost her life at age almost 7 of pneumonia, which was very tragic. And there has been an obsession, for all intents and purposes, of Gracie ever since. She's buried out here. People flock to see her burial. She was known as the first ever official kind of bellhop, because her family would make cookies and she would go deliver them to the guests of her parents' hotel. Now, people always say too that they hear a little girl laughing in the square, Johnson Square, where her parents' hotel was. Gracie is buried here. People flock to see her every year. And that's one of the things that brings people to this cemetery. You know, I think it's the story of her that has just brought this. You know, she was buried. They had just had family pictures done in her new Easter dress right before her passing. And so I think, in a way, you know, her parents buried her here and then they went home or went back up north. So I just think that there has just been this kind of obsession with her for a very long time. I don't know why. I mean, honestly, there has been. I'll show you, you know, she used to actually be, what's interesting, she used to be out free, her statue. People were so obsessed with her, they kept touching her face, and they broke her nose off. And unfortunately, because of that, they had to put her behind a gate. But she has always had this, quite the following. People leave little trinkets and gifts for her all the time. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. We're about to drive up on her grave. This is the first time I've not seen a crowd around her in quite some time. Then I'll show you my favorite grave here, which, if you've been here with me before, it freaks people out every time I tell the story. Man, I love it. We'll go see it. But first, let me show y'all. Let me go over to Gracie first. And I'll show you Gracie. I may actually park, because it is a little crowded. Let me turn around. We have found all the people. Yeah. There's, I mean, no, and I mean, it's a common theme here in Savannah, Brittany. We have it with Gracie. We had it with the Forrest Gump bench. People cannot just not touch things. And they touch very valuable historical things, and they break them for some odd reason. But yeah, if you've never followed me, I do go live 7 days a week. Oh, I think there's some beautiful, Bonaventure, one of the things I think brings a lot of attention is the artistry of the graves here. Like, it was almost a competition of who had the prettiest grave, who had the prettiest, whatever. But a lot of the tombs in the graveyards, or the caskets, or the different areas, are some of the prettiest you will ever see. The artistry is amazing. Oh, look, now there's a crowd. Let me go park so we can all go see Gracie with all the other people that flock around her. Because people are obsessed with Gracie, and it's so strange to me. I want to park somewhere that I know I can park and not. Where's my... Let me go park by old Charles's grave. That's who I want to go park by. Because then I can tell y'all the story of Charles. And y'all can be freaked out. Let me do that one first. That's my favorite. Yes, tap the screen. Yes, you can just park on the side of the road here. Just make sure you're not blocking, make sure you're not blocking an entrance road. So a lot of the roads into the cemeteries, have roads people can drive down. But yeah, we're going to park right here because we can. Oh yeah. So families purchased plots here centuries ago, literally. And now what it is that, people are passing and you're like, oh, my family has a plot here from a very, very long time ago. All right, so let's go tap that screen. Let's go look at two of my favorite. We are at 15.6. Y'all, we may hit 16 today. Woohoo, doggy. That is crazy. If not today, we will hit it tomorrow. Okay, so we got two. Let's talk about Charles F. Mills. I don't have y'all in the gimbal. I've just got you in my hands-free set. So yes, it's going to probably be rocky. So this is Charles F. Mills. He's not famous. Well, there's not any to buy now. They're pretty much sold out. Okay, so he is not famous. His plot, though, is... Everybody see the green bell next? So back in the day, when people were buried, when you could not 100% confirm that they were passed away, you would tie a rope to their hand. And when they were buried, you hoped they were for real and alive. And when they were buried, you hoped they were for real and alive. But if graveyard shift came from alive, but if graveyard shift came from dead ringer, all of that came from here. But see, most people don't know this story. They just keep walking around and have no idea about this amazing story. So yeah, so if you're here, come see Charles F. Mills, because he has the ringing bell, the dead ringer bell. But they had the rope tied to his hand, or whoever's hand, because, if you woke up and realized, oh, I'm buried alive, I need to start shake, shake, shake. So it was tied around their hand. And so if by accident you buried somebody that wasn't fully dead, they may have an opportunity to save theirself. So again, he's the one here that still has it. Graveyard shift, all of that, dead ringer, that's where this came from. So that green thing right here had a rope that ran all the way down to where the person was buried. It was tied around the person's finger or hand. So if the person was buried and they really weren't dead, because back then you had no way to know if somebody was 100% dead or not. So they would tie it around, and you would have the graveyard shift, that's where this saying came from, sitting around listening for the bell to ring. And if the bell started ringing, they would rush over and unbury the person, because clearly they had made a mistake and buried somebody who should not have been buried. No, it does not still ring. So yeah. So there is 2 here in this. This is one of them. This is the easiest one to find because Gracie is right there. So you just come around the corner from Gracie to Charles F. Mills. Yeah, pretty wild, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of people don't know that story. It freaks people out. So let's go see Gracie now. Right? Would you not? I don't know. Thanks for the perfume. Yeah, so if you've never followed me, hit the follow button. You can subscribe to my TikTok. I go live 7 days a week. I have a YouTube that I upload our daily walks. So lots of things. Usually I have you set up on a gimbal, but I'm just walking with you in my hands now while we look around. Oh, I'm sure it did. I mean, well, clearly it did for it to exist, right? I mean, if they have them, clearly they figured out that they needed them. This is Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia. Thanks for the ice cream cones.
While we're doing childhood trauma, tragedy, and all that, we got more over here. This is the mom and 3 children, and this was a husband, a wife, and 2 kids that moved to Savannah in 1877. And they picked a bad year to move to Savannah because in 1877, Savannah had a yellow fever outbreak. So they moved to town, husband, wife, 2 babies. Both kids less than 3 years old. Within 2 months of moving to town, their 2 babies had died of yellow fever. So they buried the 2 babies. 6 months after the 2 babies died,
So there's Gracie. Like I said, there is an obsession with her to this day. But nobody's ever over at the Mills grave. And that story's way cooler, in my opinion. Yes, this is the cemetery that the Bird Girl was located. The Bird Girl is that statue on the cover of the book. Got lots of attention. She too was here, but they had to move the Bird Girl. Why did they have to move the Bird Girl? Oh, you ask? Because, shockingly enough, people could not keep their hands to themselves, and they broke the Bird Girl. And so they had to move her. She's at the Telfair Museum now. Yep. I have corrected people. Well, not rudely. I just have corrected people. Like, if I hear them talking, I was like, well, did you know this? And I add to their story. I try to be respectful. Sometimes it doesn't always work in my favor. Now, I will not correct a tour guide on a tour because that's their doings. And here's the deal. You paid money to go on that tour. That is your... Which statue? We just looked at Gracie. What statue were you talking about? Oh, the Bird Girl. She's at Telfair. We've been to Telfair before. I'm hoping... Yeah. So the Bird Girl is at Telfair. I'm hoping they're going to do a local free museum day today. That's my hope. Soon. Because those museums are super expensive. So those are not things I can afford to do if they're not local day. So every once in a while they do local day at the museums where all I have to do is show my ID and I get in for free. Those are the days if I'm allowed to stream. Now there's a lot of museums that they will not. Telfair will let me stream, but Telfair is also kind of pricey. So I don't usually go on tours with you guys into the museums just because they're expensive. And ain't nobody got no time for expensiveness right now. Let's see, make sure you're not. Okay, I don't think y'all are. They do have a golf cart tour here. And what I have noticed when we have been out here, let me fix y'all again, is that Because typically the golf cart tours, you just go to the main building, and if there's one available, you can take them. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be... She's a statue that got attention from the ding-dang movie and book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. There wasn't really anything famous about her, but she got attention. And because the book talked about her, she got the attention. But you can take a golf cart tour of Bonaventure Cemetery. Some days, they're just available, like nobody books them. Other days, they're a little more crowded. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of a story to the bird girl. She just got a lot of attention from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And because of that, it was like, oh my goodness. And she was here for a super long time. I just love when people stand in the ding-dang middle of the road. She was here for a while. Again, tourists come and they get obsessed with something. And they put their hands all over her. And they broke her. Just like they broke... Well, I think I can get over to Johnny Mercer now, though. Let's park. But just like Gracie, and they broke her nose, just like the Forrest Gump bench and broke off pieces, they get obsessed with something. Yeah, she was just a... She really wasn't anything... I don't actually know where she was. I thought she wasn't really over a certain grave per se, but I could be wrong. There are certain things I try to block out of my mind about Savannah. The obsession of that movie and book is one of them. All right, let's go see Johnny Mercer. I'll do some research for Back Porch Chat tonight and we'll talk about it more. Or if somebody wants to Google whose grave she was at. Because I really honestly have no idea. Here's Johnny Mercer. So remember, the Mercer Williams house, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. The Mercer Williams house was originally built for the Mercer family, but was never actually occupied by any Mercer. So here is all the Mercers. Thanks for the roses. Hey, Heidi. Hope you're well. I personally think the bird girl looks kind of creepy, too. Like, so see all these bushes? These are all fully bloomed in the spring, like late March, April, because they're azalea bushes, and they're fully bloomed, and it is stunning. Yeah, here's your infamous Mercer family that never actually lived at... Here is the Johnny Mercer. But yeah, they actually never lived at the house, but it was built for them. No, you shouldn't touch them, period. Like, that's the thing. Nobody should touch anything. But yeah. This is Bonaventure Cemetery, one of the most famous cemeteries in all of Savannah. Actually, gets a lot of attention. I have no idea. If you look up where that is, I could probably find it, but I don't know. Because that family name doesn't even sound familiar. No. That is Laurel Grove Cemetery. It was split into two sections. We were there first. So Laurel Grove was split into a white cemetery and everybody else cemetery. Bonaventure is definitely not. Bonaventure is actually a who's who's in a lot of ways. Make sure y'all aren't blurry. I think it's my... Hold up. I think my mirror is... my lens is kind of dirty. Who? The bird girl? But yeah, we're at 47 subscribers, running toward 50. Is that blurry? See, I hate moving you guys, because when I move you guys, it then makes you have to get reset and blurry. But yeah, Laurel Grove has some of the more, like that. Laurel Grove Cemetery is where Juliette Gordon Lowe is buried. And that's a big one. I really am surprised that she didn't get moved here. Honestly, Juliette Gordon Lowe didn't get moved here when Bonaventure opened. Okay. Here we are. I think we're set. Thanks for the rose. And again, if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. I do go live 7 mornings a week. Let me watch these people because they're about to bust out. Yeah, who's an old woman? Y'all, it is like spring here right now. Like, this weather is absolutely amazing. Now, not in this part of the cemetery, but in Greenwich, which is next to here. I didn't think the bird girl was still alive. The statue's what got her attention. I didn't think she was still alive, actually. Yeah, but I don't know where they're buried at. I mean, I don't know where their grave is here. I thought she had passed away. I could be wrong. Like I said, there's certain things I block out of my mind. That story of that bird girl thing is weird to me. Like, I tell you, things I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. That's one of the stories. I just know the statue was here. People were obsessed. People broke her. They moved her. And she's at Telfair now. Those are the things I do know to be true. Outside of that, with her, I don't know much. I know a lot about the story, but that obsession of that thing, I don't really know what all that was about. We have been all over. We were at a Veterans Day parade, then we did our walk. Then we looked at Wright Square, we went to Colonial, now we said, that's right, it's weird. Then we went to Laurel Grove Cemetery. Now we're at Bonaventure with all the other people here. Because there's a lot. I'm going to have to reset y'all up because this is weird. Ain't no Central Park, New York. What are you talking about? Okay, let me pull over. Because y'all be in a situation now. But yeah, there's a lot of history to this bird girl. I don't even know where they're buried, honestly. To tell you the truth, I have no idea where that bird girl ever was in here. I'm gonna be straight up. I mean, I'm sure she was. I know she was. Because I know it was a whole attention thing. But golly, I don't know where. Look, Savannah has a lot of... Why are you right behind me? Do you see me, like, parked to the side? This car, like, literally just pulled up right behind me. There's a whole open world. And they're, like, right up snap behind me. Yeah, that was sus. Where is it? Does it give a side? Does it give... If y'all looking it up, because y'all know I can't look it up as I'm driving. If y'all know where she's buried, look it up. It should give you a grave line. At least a it should give you at least a section. If it gives me a section, I can usually find it. Like one day we had somebody here and they wanted to see their relatives and we found it. Took forever, but we did find it. Well, yes, I respect that there is probably a sign around here. But this is like 160 acres. So there's a lot of signs around here. A lot. Yeah, it's sus. It's definitely sus. Yeah, you tell me where she's buried. I'll drive y'all over there. I just don't know where. Look at this view, y'all. Come on. Look how pretty. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but there's a lot of signs around here. I get y'all set up at my charger stops. Why? I need you to charge. Thank you. Okay, that gives me a ton of help. Okay, Section L, Lot 56. Now we have something to work with. Because that's Section A. I don't need Section A. Okay, so we're going to go. That's what we're doing. We're looking for Section L. See, that right there gives me tons of info. Because driving around, first of all, you have it broken into sections. And then you've got it, like, each letter. And then you can look at the numbers. So, section what? You have it broken into sections. And then you've got it, like, each letter. And then you can look at the numbers. So, section what? Dang. Because y'all getting, this is getting up on my nerves because y'all keep falling over. Enjoy this stunning view while I get y'all reacclimated. Okay, what is it? Section L, Lot 56. Okay, don't fall again. That's K. So we gotta find Section L. Now, Danny Hansford is also buried here, not on this side. And we went there the other day because he is buried here. And suddenly his grave is getting a lot of attention, which is not normal. So that's Section K. That's Section N. Where's Section L? How you go K to N? Where's L? Oh, Section L. What? Lot 56. Okay, so I think this is L. So now we just got to find Lot 56. This is 1 to 57. Oh, let me back up. Tell you, we always go on these weird adventures. So it should be at the very end of this road. What's the name we're looking for? This bird girl lady? We can go back over there. Let me stop before I just... I don't know why y'all keep falling over. We can go over there. We went over there the other day. We're having a situation of magnifying proportion of y'all staying. I'm parked. I'm not driving. I just gotta get y'all reset up because for some reason y'all are misbehaving now, which I don't know why. It was because I plugged in this ding dang charger, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the charger. It's a great. Tomorrow, sidebar. Tomorrow, ironically, the lighting of the Christmas tree in my town is happening. Not Savannah, my little suburb of Savannah. And Savannah is supposed to be riding around on a fire truck. We were at Johnny Mercer. Yeah, we just did Johnny Mercer. Now we're walking around, or we're driving to try to find the bird girl. Then I'll take y'all over to see Danny Hansford, Danny's the one who lost his life with Mr. Williams. The infamous story. Okay, so 56, right? Is that what y'all said? I gotta look and see the numbers. That's why I'm driving so slow. It's windy in Chicago. Okay, where are we at? That's L. What number are y'all at? I need a letter. I need a number. I might have to get out. Usually there's little numbers and I can see them as I drive and it tells me if I'm getting closer to 56. I'm on L, so that's good. And it's this row, so it's got to be coming close. Oh wait, what was her name? Her name wasn't Bird, right? Because there's Bird. I don't think it was Bird. Yeah, there really is so much to see here. It's so ridiculous. Trodsdale. Okay, the last name. I gotta remember that. Can't for some reason remember that that's their last name. It's gotta be right around here though. Because this is 1 through... Hold on, let me turn back around. Gotta find the number. Because this is L. A little step. Okay. This is helpful information. Yeah, Bird Girl was moved, but this is where she used to be. Bird Girl now hangs out at the Telfair Museum because people couldn't keep their hands to themselves. And I'm about to park and we're just going to walk because that's going to make my life much easier. Let's just park right over here. See if we can find 56 because this is L. We just got to find lot 56, which is shouldn't be hard, hopefully. Okay, let me park. Let me get you guys. Great, just flat. Wonderful. Okay, let's walk. Again, I am just having you in my hands. Sorry, it's going to be rocky. I need to find a number because that will help me. Usually they have little things that say the number. It's got to be on this row. Yeah, I was going to say, there wasn't a whole bunch of, history to it. It was I don't know why she got all this attention. It was I don't know why she got all this attention. Susan. Hopefully we come back soon. Okay, there. But see, they used to have these little markers that would tell you the number, which I'm not seeing. Man, there's a lot of flatness here. The willow tree? What willow tree? I'm looking at all these little markers on the ground. It's kind of bright. This is section L. See, I think I'm just missing it somewhere. What's up? We're on this weird adventure to try to find a grave. But nothing's marked with numbers. But it said 1 to 57 was on this side. So 56 should be right around. Oh, I'm safe. This is super safe. Good afternoon. Oh, I know. Now I'm just more in this mission to find it. I'm just annoyed because they used to have these little, things that told you what number they were. So that's what's interesting is usually you can find it by that way. But I've seen 0. And if you haven't ever followed me before, hit that follow button. My name's Corey. I'm a local to Savannah. Interesting. Well, the bird girl remains yet another mystery of life that I don't see. Interesting. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, guys? We're in the quest of looking for a certain grave with 0 success. Kind of weird, though. Definitely one that does not want to be seen or found. She's elusive. Yeah, we started with the Veterans Day Parade. We did a walk. We've been cruising and bruising. We'll come back and we'll go down this road right here. Maybe she's on the other side. Yes, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. So I had breakfast at like 8. Had a breakfast Sammy and peach tea at Maribel's. Yeah, we walked way down here, didn't we? Yeah, we walked way down here, didn't we? And then I've been drinking my water. My flavor water. So good. Tap that screen. Yeah, so we were live, then we ended the live, then we started the live. It's been an adventure today. Yep. That makes sense. Like I said, the whole story is odd in itself. The statue is odder. Because it's like, what was, the statue really wasn't even connected to the whole story. But yet, people are enthralled by the statue. Which is weird. I don't get it. Yeah, how many times today are we going to say? That was weird. Hold on, let me make sure y'all are not blurry. So stand by. Make sure my charger's charging. Okay. Hopefully. Oh, that was not good. Y'all, that hands-free set, like, shut off like a cannon. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Let me reset it. That joker went swing, and it like catapulted. Yep, we already went to Gracie's. We have been to Gracie's already. With all the other Gracie followers. Hold on. That was pretty well. The joker said cha-ching, and it went flying. Well, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you do so, because I do upload our lives there. It's a one and done kind of deal, folks. I do private tours as well, virtually, so if you can't make it here, but you want your own tour to see things, I do those through Zoom. Okay, hopefully we're not blurry. Here we go. Make sure we're not blurry. Okay, we're situated. Here we go. Again, this is a hands-free set. I'm not touching my phone. We're just cruising. We're cruising for a bruising. That's what we should do, because nobody bans the people on TikTok. We should watch that movie one night. We should sit around the campfire and we should watch Garden of Good and Evil. That would be a doozy, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my gosh, yeah, spring, late March, April is beautiful here. It is absolutely the most stunning thing you will ever see. So next what we're going to do is head over to Danny Hansford's grave. Danny is the young man who lost his life by Mr. Williams. So yeah, we're going to go over there. He is not buried in the historic piece of Savannah, or Bonaventure. He's buried at Greenwich, which is one of the two connecting cemeteries. Yeah, they had to move the bird girl, though, because she just got way too much attention, and it was not safe. And clearly the family reported as well that, hey, look, our grave's getting jacked up because of this. And that's what happens. So make sure you're tapping, following. If you feel the need or feel called to subscribe to my live, you can do that. Pushing for Mr. Williams, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Jim Williams. Oh, the stories. We typically go through his house. We did again this morning. If you go check any of my lives on the YouTube, you'll see that house in Monterey Square. It is a book and a movie called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Check it out. It's one of the things put Savannah on the map. We should watch the movie and I'll give my commentary of the events. That would be kind of fun. Thanks for the follow. That would be kind of funny to do. Look how pretty. Yep, that Mr. Williams. What's up, what's up? If you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. I go live 7 days a week. My name's Corey. I'm usually live 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is a different live. We start off our morning with a parade. Everybody else streams it on a live. I don't know why I wouldn't. We'll see. Maybe one day we'll do it. But anyway, so we started off with the Veterans Day Parade. Then we did a morning walk. Then we set up hands-free set and started perusing around the different cemeteries of Savannah. We're heading over to see Danny Hansford's, who is the young man who lost his life. He is Billy in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. It's said the reason they gave him that name is because they could not get permission from his family to truly use his identity. Danny was a troublesome young man. Used to race his car around the squares. I mean, he was trouble. I mean, he was a troublesome young man. But did he deserve to lose his life? No, he did not. So, tap, 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 all the things. So, directly next to Bonaventure, you've got two other cemeteries. You have Greenwich, and then you have Forest Hills. So those two cemeteries are connected right next to Bonaventure. Ding dang. Let me pull over. And once we see Danny, I think we may wrap it up for a little while. Hey, you're getting a beautiful view of the sky. Stand by. I'm going to reset you guys up. A lot of people come out here and run. Alright, let's do it. Here we go. Thanks for all the follows today. Let's see what we're at. And all the things. We are at 15.6, y'all. Started at 15.4, I think. 3 or 4. No, we were at 3, I think. We gained a lot of new friends today. Alright, let's continue on. Isn't that a beautiful view? This is when I always know it's time. It's about time to say farewell. But my phone does not want to cooperate with the setup. And I gotta make sure that we are fully charged before back porch chat tonight, because if we're not, that would be lame. Alright, so Danny is buried right through these gates. Not right through the gates, but he's buried in here. This is Bonaventure Cemetery. Okay, you gonna let me go, lady? That's fine. Thank you. Really so pretty here. If you've never followed me, I like to take y'all places, the ins and outs of Savannah. Like I said, there is an obsession with Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Last time we were out here just the other day, it was interesting because Danny's been getting a lot more attention. I'm trying to think which way I want to go. Than he has in the past. And whether that's a revive of the story that's being told, whether it is just a whole, I don't really know why he is, but suddenly he is. His grave is easy to find. I swear, if y'all fall over one more ding dang time, it's getting on my nerves now. So Danny Hansford was the young man who did lose his life at the hands of Mr. I feel like I'm not in the right section. I feel like we're gonna have to walk over there though. Let me figure out how I'm gonna do this. Okay, we can park right here. He's row F. Yeah. He suddenly is getting a whole bunch of attention. Which, normally when I come out to his grave is not well decorated. Let me say that. And this time we came out last time, it suddenly had some accolades to it that it has not ever had before. So he's in section F, or section 9, row F. So to find his grave, so he is the young man that did lose his life. To find his grave, you start walking section 9, row F. You're going to see an American flag and I think it's a Braves flag. Right here. And then you're going to keep walking. And there's a tree. And you're going to look right to the right. Or it's going to look like your left, but it's really the right. It's the right. It's a grave on the ground. That's interesting. So this is his grave. The flowers have come over. I don't know if the storm pushed them over. But this is his burial. I feel like I have to pick it up because I don't know who's been out here, but somebody has, because normally there aren't flowers. There's always cars because he was known to race his cars around. But this is Danny Hansford, the Danny Hansford. And like I said, yeah, it's usually very abandoned looking. But suddenly there's like fresh flowers. All these little stones. Like, interesting, huh? So it makes me wonder who has suddenly started coming out here. Is it a fandom? Is it like people that are fans of the story? I don't really know. But it is interesting to see. It's one of those very interesting things. Now, had there not been that recent storm, I'd have been like, that's sus. To see it kicked over like that, I think the storm probably blew it over. But had there not been a tropical storm, I would have been like, this is interesting. Why is it over on its side? Who got mad that he was getting attention? 21. He's the young man who lost his life per Mr. Williams from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. So, sad story. He was young. So, we've had a great morning. We have been live over 4.5 hours. We are going to go live again about 5:30. So in just about 4 hours, we're going to be live all over again. So I'm going to let my phone charge because if we don't have a full charge, we're not doing back porch chats. So if you have not followed me, hit that follow button. Come back tonight. Thanks for tuning in today. We've had a full day. Lots of likes, lots of follows. I will be back later on today. See you guys later. Bye. Likes, lots of follows. I will be back later on today. See you guys later. Bye.